My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com. License 8EOF938. This is a third party touching with directed light while they are stalking in the path, meaning driving by a 3-star janitorial while I'm walking on the sidewalk. 8SKE142. 5NJP058. While they drive by me while I'm walking on the sidewalk, you have what is the directed light swiping across the building, and they're all touching together with directed light. So I just want to document that. You have City of Ontario crossing path, and directed light is covering also the building of 3-star janitorial. This is a third-party facilitating venue, and these are tactics of what is systematic monitoring and ongoing demonic activity by people. License 7FPE 867, 8WJP 899. When you are engaging in such tactics, it's inclusive of everyone. 8NRN776. That goes with regard to the exact same as I've shown, literally, a fake sun. That's inclusive of everyone in that system. But I just want to document that it is currently 7:45 a.m. and the fake sun is over me, coming from the museum. License 32450E1 and license AEBK837 over here by Andy's Burgers, where the fake sun is over the venue. Moving over me as I'm walking on Hope Boulevard, 49967C1. Okay. 7CCS957 and directed light on Brian's Automotive's property. There are demons over there monitoring. 93030V1, 47605Y1. These are demons sitting in the drive-thru and directed light of moving across the Andy's Burgers menu in the shade across to the opposite side while traffic is on this side. Those are demons stalking in the path. 8LGS171. This is the same Andy's Burgers, the same B&G Plaza where I'm capturing the fake sun over me at 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday after returning from walking to Bonneview, the Mercy House property. The fake sun at 7:46 in the morning. All right, license 8LGS171 goes into the drive-thru of Andy's Burgers. This is crossing path. She's stalking, crossing path, driving on Hope Boulevard, crossing path again, entering into a drive-thru. This is a demon that's pacing. License 76095R2. 7NWA761, I believe. License 8JE or 8LEJ621, 4XAV479, 8LSL337. Let's see. 8K, I can't see that one. TWD 386. WNP 749. UAP 015. BU31S69. And you have the people of the state that are all engaging in the identical conduct. First of all, they're all under what is not scientifically possible as the sun. Second of all of them are crossing paths with directed light. 6WPF543, 4HH U064, another scientific impossibility. 7PBT296, which you have seen frequently practiced by the company who's approaching right now, Omnitrans. This is Route 61. License 1535708. This is bus number 1363. It is, by the way, 7:49 a.m. Omnitrans molesting. License 7PBJ959. And it's 7:49 a.m. where Omnitrans crosses path. This is a stalker. They know exactly what I'm doing. Using a bus line to engage in the P.O.C. 6WXS335. That's the people of the state. And the directed light is what reveals that. 95504B3. License 7WFL448. 7V21429. 8UPE484 or 8UPF484. That's a Toyota Camry. HBW947 97648P2 7WGN667. Rider crossing path, driving east on Hull Boulevard. License, I can't really see that one. Rider is carrying an Oreo cookie trailer, but it is Rider, the company that's covering that trailer. It is license 8LGF221 7K 29948 8DU0808, I believe. That's primary care. 51976N2 5GML441 87082J2. That's Greg Electric, California 0055967, I believe, substantially similar. That's the company name, Greg Electric. And they too engaging in crossing path with directed light and under a fake sun. License 8PEP692. 5R XK760 4YRH127, and it is 7:51 a.m. License HCVT 269. TVG 981. License 8CMY 625. 7YNM 384, 7CLM 264, 8WDU 934, 4875A3, I believe, 6MJB 209, 8S17423, 5EPZ 561, CB 39500, 8G 75961. 6VGK294. It's 7:52 a.m. Alrighty, I did capture video of what is the fake sun, and it is indeed the fake sun. A light source that is revealing the presence of demons who surround demon possession, which are not only demonstrated, it is evidenced through the conduct that the demon-possessed engage in, the environment that they are in, the environment that centers around me while the demon-possessed are engaged in stalking, and they're stalking on behalf of the public entity of the state of California that's engaged in criminally placing myself under surveillance. And so this is monitoring with communication devices. And so this directed light and the light source, which is not possibly the sun, you have what is revealing what that tool, which is instrumental with regard to monitoring with communication devices. It is also the objective evidence of demon possession. It is entirely demonic to stalk in the path, the maintenance of light in the path, while as an entity, which is nothing other than a means of identifying the government and the ways in which you are I guess identifying them with regard to their status as for purposes of the government's criminal activity, right? So you're talking about what is an entity. This is a demon-possessed population, and they are stalking together, and it is the reality of what is actually demonic activity. This is the spiritual conduct of those who are engaging in what is on the surface supposed to appear as what is everyday normalcy. And there's nothing normal about it. I'm showing what is that scientific impossibility with regard to the light source, the same light source that was setting on the opposite side of Hope Boulevard yesterday at 5:11 p.m. And the video that I captured, you're looking at what are the companies intentionally crossing path. U.S.C, a minion engaging in what is, again, the particular minion is not necessarily driving that vehicle. You're talking about what is the people of the state who are demon-possessed. The people of the state, the demon-possessed entity, the vicarious actor on behalf of the state of California is aware of the fact that U.S. is documented and has been documented before, and as of late engaging in terrorism in the city of Upland, where the state was stalking with its fake son and went nowhere, by the way, in that by virtue of yesterday's documentation, in and of itself is a prima facie case for any ordinary target individual. The documentation that occurred in Upland is prima facie for what is stalking with the fake son, whereby you are aware of and you are establishing the pattern of conduct by a government who's placing you under surveillance, and you're subject to what is demonic terrorism by an entity, because the light source is nowhere near going anywhere. It's not coexisting. It is impossible that the light source is anywhere over not only the city of Upland, but the street of Pearl, where I am, where U.S., a company, and this is nothing other than a demon driving a U.S. vehicle that this entity is aware of, and the light source in direct conflict with that is remaining over me, where I remain on both the south side and north side of Hope Boulevard yesterday in Ontario. So there is the impossibility that this light source is not the actual sun. It's a scientific impossibility, that inconsistency, and there's no time where the light source is migrating to be physically present over the homes in Upland on Pearl and on Pearl Street off of Lucerne, and the entity is engaging in placing this light source in the morning while I'm there, physically there. But when I am nowhere near the city of Upland, you are talking about what is the maintenance, literally, which is what I captured morning into the evening yesterday, the light source remaining off of Hope Boulevard. That's exactly what the entity did, and that's a scientific impossibility that is in no way comparable to the light source, the gaseous ball of fire, this alleged sun that we learn of, that we read about in our science book. And this is as children, all right? So this is fundamental, rudimentary principles with regard to the actual sun and what is absolutely impossible to ever occur. And so U.S., I'm explaining this because U.S. is specifically documented in Upland, where the entity then engages also in flying over my head by helicopter. This is the pattern of conduct underway. And while I'm capturing this video, you are understanding and witnessing what is the conduct of demons. They are intentionally crossing path, first of all, because they're under that fake sun. They are intentionally crossing path and stalking with knowledge of who I am by virtue of that directed light. But moreover, they also do so after having been specifically documented. And this is what you see as U.S. is crossing path in this video. You'll see Omnitrans following behind, going westbound on Hope Boulevard. It is not based on any bus route published schedule. Omnitrans is stalking the same, under the same phenomenon of directed light and a fake sun. And you have also what is Ryder. And you'll see Ryder, this truck crossing path, and you'll see rich directed light on the asphalt as Ryder is crossing path. This is a demon driving a commercial vehicle, identified as the people of the state, engaging in the identical conduct, which is impossible. And it is also occurring under a scientific impossibility of what is not actually the sun. It's not possibly the sun. And then you have what is directed light, this engineered light, the signature of the demon possessed, the signature of the stalker, the third party stalker acting vicariously. You hear the demons of the state acting directly as they sound sirens in this same environment under the fake sun, facilitating these minions who are crossing path, patrolling repeatedly. These are demons who are doing nothing other than driving in circles around. This is an entity that is maintaining presence, and it is demon possessed. This is revealing what is the demon possessed population. And what I want to point out in this video that I captured, again, speaking to what is that scientific impossibility of the documentation, which I captured yesterday again, and it is on an ongoing basis. The light source remaining in the city of Ontario, setting at 511 at the Ontario Town Square on the opposite side of the Ontario Town Square townhomes, opposite side of Hope Boulevard, meaning the north side of Hope Boulevard, and rising present over Shiro's Liquor at B&G Plaza, which is on the south side of Hope Boulevard. Hope Boulevard runs east and west, but I'm just speaking to on the opposite sides of the street, and that's literally what I captured in video. This is clearly not the sun. It's an impossibility. And then you see the directed light, and you see it very prominently with regard to the demon that is Ryder, who is intentionally crossing path. If you pay attention to my documentation, I have heavily documented Ryder, specifically documenting them not only on podcasts as they repeatedly engage in acts of terrorism, as they have been heavily documented engaging in. So intent is deduced based on not only the environment. You are already identified as a stalker and a demon possessed one. You You are also engaging in what is the intentional repetition of these series of acts of terrorism. It's not separate acts of terrorism. It's an ongoing act of terrorism. And you have those commercial actors such as Ryder who intentionally cross paths with knowledge of who I am, where I am, which you know based on the environment, but also based on what is the show of hostility by that rich directed light, which you will see along what is the driver's side of the bus on the ground of that bus, of the truck, while they are crossing paths with knowledge at that moment that I am documenting. This is all intentional with regard to what demons do, where they do it, as they do it. This is intentional also in the environment that is an entirely demonic environment. Federal group stalking and monitoring is underway, and these are companies to be prosecuted. This is the way that demons conduct themselves. All right, this is going to be this is relevant for what is the prosecution of the entire entity. But I want to be clear. You are talking about what is knowledge at the moment that I'm capturing video, and I'm going to use that against them. And I'm pointing that out because I want you to see that. You'll see this orange, rich colored directed light that's on the black asphalt, and there is under no circumstances ever any sunlight that is appearing on the asphalt, let alone what I've also shown moving across sidewalks, molesting my person, moving up my person, moving across any objects as they are at the same time crossing the path. All right, those are demons that are stalking with light. In the same way, what you see, which is present via the light source, you're witnessing the demonic environment. This is Satan itself that's present in the environment. And this is Satan itself that is present via the people. The people happen to be driving vehicles that belong to companies. The people happen to be driving vehicles which they are leasing and or own or renting or whatever the financial means of gaining this vehicle. It's irrelevant. You're talking about what is demonic activity, okay? I want to document Omnitrans is arriving, directed light, as I've heavily documented them, 1302442. That's Omnitrans. And the Minion monitoring and relevant position license 9F92351. That's Gonzalez Transportation, CA 022181, I believe. And that's the California number. And molesting with directed light. They are stalking in the path in front of Andy's Burgers, stopping at the red curb, maintaining relevant positioning. And then Omnitrans pulls up in front and directed light while they open up the rubber-bound front doors under what is not the sun. This is no form. These are demons that are stalking in the path and doing so with simultaneity to what they are operating. This is a demon operating a bus, and this is a demonstration of demon possession while they do so. It is currently 8:06 a.m. and that commercial vehicle, that large truck, is crossing path and molesting with directed light as well. This is facilitation. The people of the state are ceaselessly monitoring, and you are again, as I'm explaining this as it's underway, this is the conduct of an impossible occurrence occurring over and over again amongst a people. That's speaking to a system, an indiscriminate system that is ceaselessly underway. You have what is the ability to literally walk through a neighborhood, as I have documented the people, and that's just a sample of documentation. This is the prosecution of a government and of the people of the state indiscriminately. So you're talking about the minions that are living up in California, and I walk through their neighborhood and I list all of their addresses. I want to be clear, not only they continue to be documented, but just those that I listed on that particular day, that is not limited to that document. Those are not the only ones, in other words, that are being documented, that have been documented, that are being documented right now, while Omnitrans, Ryder, you have Gonzalez Trucking, while you have what are Andy's Burgers, acting on behalf of the entity, engaging in all manner of terrorism on behalf of an entity. This is a demon-possessed population. This is a hostility by such demons who are being documented, engaging in criminal surveillance, doing so on behalf of the government, all right, and engaging in what is the pattern of conduct while they're documenting that, while they're monitoring that documentation. And that's exactly what you see in that video. Again, I want you to pay attention to that. When you see Ryder crossing path, it's coming toward the end of the video. They are driving west on Hope Boulevard. The directed light is rich, concentrated directed light. And this is the conduct of demons, which again, they are maintaining control of as they cross path. It has nothing to do with driving directly under the light source. And that's also clear. Driving under, even if that was the actual sun, it's not. The actual sun as we know it, that is not going to remain over Hope Boulevard all day long from 7:35 in the morning till 5:11 p.m. And then also having that uncanny ability to remain in alignment with me over my head and in perfect alignment with me, even as it is quote unquote setting. So I want to be clear. This is a demonstration of demon possession. The people of the state are demons. They are not, again, holding out some sort of light gun. These are demons having this capability. This is Satan that is using people, stalking in the path with light. Has nothing to do with the opening and closure of doors. I have even captured for you to see the minions that are crossing path in the shade, all right? They're not under the light source where you're passing under shade and you see rich directed light. This is demonic, all right? And this is that which is 8NVF336 monitoring as omnitrans crosses path MLS. Again, that's Omni 1302442. You have what is the entity engaging in this conduct regardless of what is the presence of the light source in the sky during the day. Directed light appearing on the ground at nightfall. Directed light. I've documented that before. It is the conduct of the demon possessed, and it is a scientific impossibility. Sunlight is not bouncing off of cars. It's not reflecting off of and ricocheting off of vehicles onto buildings. It is not shooting like a laser horizontally across walls while your vehicle is driving underneath the sun, which is speaking to downward trajectory of light. It is not cycling through the roof of your car and cycling forward in the same position that the vehicle is driving. This is all manner of what is directed light. It's demonic. It is also speaking to what is a sexual violence by the demon possessed while this obsessive stalking with light is underway. So anyway, it's 8:10 a.m. and I want to document that. Yesterday, I remained at the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, and I captured at 8:08 a.m. The demon possessed who are stalking in the cul-de-sac, in that little dead end of Emporia. That's where I remain. The light source is not over Shiro's Liquor at 8:14 a.m. It is very precisely over me. This is how I'm capturing it at the dead end street while those demons in the white vehicle with the paper plate are stalking the path, pacing around in the dead end. Union Pacific is providing audible activity while those demons are stalking the path. As you see their car door open and I take still images of them, you see a large patch of directed light appearing, just manifesting in the shade while they are cuddling up, stalking in the path together, and the fake sun is right over me at Emporia. I then walk to what is B&G Plaza, and the fake sun is over me as I capture it, relevant to what is the Andy's Burgers side of the B&G Plaza. I captured this while the Ontario Police Department demons are stalking in the path inside of the heavily documented venue of Andy's Burgers, while the light source is remaining at a later time, again, still remaining on what is the south side of Holt Boulevard. And then, again, remember, 5:11 p.m. It is on the same street. It's just on the opposite side of Hope Boulevard. That's what I captured at the Ontario Town Square. So nonetheless, this is what you are cognizant of as I get up earlier and I move. The light source is remaining over me. And so going through all that and then also remembering and pointing out to you the details you're paying attention to. This is speaking to the very prosecution that the people of the state shall be liable for, not only civilly, but you're talking about criminally. And you're also understanding what is indiscriminate demon possession. The use of directed light and that reoccurrence, which first of all is an impossibility, but the recurrence of it with regard to every single person, that's a system. All right, with the placement of what is a scientific impossibility, not possibly the sun. And it is a matter of documentation in order to establish that. Remaining over me, that is establishing what is a system. In order that everyone else who are demons in that demonic environment, it is the demonstration of demon possession. It is literally Satan telling you that it is present, okay? And Satan tells you this through the environment. Satan tells you this through what are people who engage in very specific conduct. Stalking with activity, as you see a demon driving a rider vehicle, this is directed light, as I have termed it. You can call it light, you can call it rich, manifest, you can call it whatever you want. I call it what is, the entity is engaged in a pattern of stalking with light, and it's not normal light. This is light that moves. This is light that contorts. This is light that creates multiple shadows, as I've shown you as I walk through it. That's why it has been termed what is directed light, because it is also aimed and focused on where I am. And it is also, directed light is what is engineered light. This engineered light is what you see manifesting on the ground while a demon is driving a commercial vehicle identifying the company of Ryder, who is heavily documented, and those demons affiliated with this company intentionally engaging in that specific act of terrorism. While I am documenting, that's all relevant to what is the prosecution, not just of that company, but of the people of the state. They're an entity acting as one. That same demon, that same demonic entity, and it is let me be clear, it is the same demon. You're talking about what is demon possession. Satan is a spirit. Satan is using a bunch of people at the same time. This is a demon possessed population. So it is the same demon that then is creeping in bathroom stalls and stalking in relevant position in the bathroom. It is, in this regard, it is the same demon. It's the same spirit. It's the same stalker. It's the same demon possessed actor that is acting on behalf of the public entity in that regard as well. It's the same public entity stalking, engaging in surveillance. But I want to break that down. That demonic activity, that breaking down, that intent that Ryder is demonstrating while they are stalking and engaging in terrorism and interstate stalking with the government, they are the same entity that is stalking in bathrooms. And they maintain that same malice. They maintain that same intent to terrorize while they are in bathrooms stalking, and that's all you're doing in directed light. You're stalking in the path under a fake sun and directed light outside. You are stalking in the path under the fake sun and directed light inside. What is it that you think I'm showing you inside of the Ovid Family Community Library? That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing inside of the Upland Public Library. Every venue that I am going to is I have isolated the P.O.C. for you. All right, these demons driving a school bus, license 1407500. That's Ontario Montclair School District. The same demonstration of demon possession that you saw with Ryder in that video. Rich directed light off of what is the passenger side of that bus because they are driving eastbound on Hope Boulevard. It's concentrated on where I'm at. And it has nothing to do with what is not even the sun. That's over Shiro's Liquor now at 814. Yesterday, it's over the museum as I stood on the property of the museum, if you'll recall this. All right, this is the pattern of conduct. It's 8:15 a.m. And this is P.O.C. license 8ZEA 059 7LWS 046. And this is the entity engaging in criminal summoning. That's why they're going to federal prison. 8MGV319. This is the entity engaging in teamwork with law enforcement while they are monitoring together. License 7FVC402. And this is, again, speaking to 7UWM 918 022 97U2, license 8JUV254, license 7760290, license 8VCP148. This entity, this hostility, this terrorism, this stalking conduct, as you see it demonstrated not only through the environment, but through the companies as Omnitrans, Ryder, and UtiliQuest are demonstrating. And you are understanding this hostility as you are paying attention to my documentation. All right. And so you pay attention to my documentation. You are also thereby deducing what is the intent by these demons who are stalking as an entity. This same conduct these are the same minions who are then summoning law enforcement while they know that they have been documented and are nothing other than hostile to it. All right. Like I said before, whether the target individual has actually stolen a candy bar, all right, while they're being monitored by the government, or whether they are engaging in merely confronting a government that's placing them under surveillance and in terrorism, you are talking about what is criminal summoning, and you are going to federal prison. License 8FOS719. This is the same demonic entity engaging in that criminal act of summoning with the demon-possessed law enforcement who you saw on video. They're demons alike. 8SFS050. And that's not the first time. I've shown you in video documentation the demon possession of the Upland Police Department before. I've shown you the demon possession on more than one occasion, and the demon possession, and a wealth of documentation of the Ontario Police Department. License 6UTL828. This is criminal summoning and its teamwork by the demon possessed who are acting directly and vicariously together. You are going to federal prison. That is why when you are understanding the system and you see what they engage in, you're going to apply that same knowledge to when they're stalking in the bathroom, to when they're engaging and then summoning the entity when you're already stalking together, and then you want to call the police. You want to go to federal prison. That's what you want to do. That's exactly what's going to happen, and that's the necessity of such federal policy. It's currently 8:17 a.m. The same entity that likes to molest and stalk, they're clearly showing their identity and what they're doing, and then they engage in criminal summoning. 6SWM637. You are going straight to federal prison for that. 8ADK672. License 8DXA448, 8MXY146. 7807272. That's exactly how you are going to and necessarily must deal with the demon-possessed population. It is currently 8:17 a.m. Engaging in surveillance, sitting in the parking lot, monitoring while these demons are crossing path. Not only 8JUV254, but this one that begins moving their vehicle. What happens when they move their vehicle? Directed light. Engaging in surveillance in the parking lot. 22063M2, a Latino male, group stalking in the parking lot. All right, while he drives by, touching me with directed light. This other sex offender sitting at the opposite side in front of Clinica Medica, California, with her communication device, monitoring the whole time, engaging in surveillance, getting out of the vehicle as I walk toward her vehicle. They're stalking behind while the minions are crossing path, and I'm reading their license plates. They are back here behind me, sitting in their vehicle, stalking in the path, monitoring. 5ZTZ523. All right, Clinica Medica, California is a third-party facilitating venue. They can get in line all they want. Clinica Medica, California is being documented as well. It's a facilitating venue, and the fake sun is over that building. These demons engage in what is molestation as I then walk through the parking lot. 8BJH903. These are the minions that, again, you engage in criminal summoning, which is exactly what the demon-possessed engage in. They're going to federal prison. 6W56974. And you hear how bold they are when they're engaging in monitoring. Oh, you'll beat my, oh, really? You're going to beat me up? Is that right? You just let them talk. They're going straight to fed. All of that is relevant to the prosecution of an entire entity, including Ryder. As I'm documenting them, Ryder's engaged in threats of physical violence. Ryder's engaged in sexual molestation. Ryder's engaged in facilitation of my person being sexually violated. Ryder's engaged in specific acts of terrorism while monitoring the documentation, and then engaging in criminal summoning. All right, engaging in terrorism with these minions who enter into the parking lot and directed light all over Next Insurance, Dentist, Familiar, Beauty Salon, and the Clinic of California. A Latino male getting out of an old raggedy white van, license 3HRA738, a demon, okay? This is attributed to what is Ryder. They're being documented as an entity. Going to Clinic of Medica, California is a third-party facilitating venue, and I'll document them as well. Alrighty, it is currently 8:19 a.m. All right, license BM59V53, that's paper, 6NPW544. Sunbelt, they're driving westbound on Hope Boulevard, directed lights streaming to the opposite side of the street. I'm on the sidewalk walking from S.I.I.S Liquor. That's impossible light activity. It's impossible when they're right next to me, for example, when Omnitrans pulls up at the bus stop, but I'm speaking to the desperation. This is how far the demon-possessed go in order to touch, reaching out toward me. This is also an act of terrorism while they do so, but I just want to speak how ridiculous the directed light conduct is. Sunbelt is a company. It's like a green truck. It's P.O.C. It's currently 8:22 a.m. All right, this minion on the sidewalk monitoring with this one, 7XOV506. So you have a demon that'll walk by me with a cell phone. They put it on speakerphone, for example. That's a method of audible activity. And you'll have another demon that's driving by, for example, where I'm at. They're driving out of the plaza of the B&G Plaza. Excuse me, they're driving out of the driveway of the B&G Plaza and directed light while doing so. This is the concerted conduct. They're demons that are monitoring together, engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring together. And so you can get the license plate of that one. That's exactly what I just documented right now. It's 8:23 a.m. All right, license 8MAD813, 7CAX296, 8EZT189, 8ATY395, 8MAF571. And sitting over here just maintaining presence, stalking. License 7VVP628, and they engage in stalking on behalf of an entity. This is literally the demon-possessed engaging in surveillance in plain sight. What's the evidence of that? First of all, the directed light, and second of all, the fake sun, which I'm going to show you right over this demon's head. Alrighty, you see SoCal Gas is stalking in the path on Transit, and you have a male sitting in that vehicle, appears to be a black sweater or top. I can't see what type of top it is, but it's black, and they're stalking in the path on Transit. The fake sun is right here over my head as I'm showing you what is this minion with, again, license 7VVP628, engaging in what is surveillance, stalking in the path, monitoring with the entity. And again, this is evidenced by the impossible environment that these demons are surrounded by for purposes of monitoring with communication devices. These are the simultaneous documentation of the sex offender. SoCal Gas is molesting and terrorizing with the entity while they're stalking on the back street. That is remaining in relevant position, which is surveillance that the entity does in plain sight. And you are, again, doing it in plain sight and speaking to what is the ordinary ignorance as to what you are subject to. When you're not aware of what is directed light, you're not paying attention. When you're not aware of what is the light source, that is not possibly the sun remaining over you for the duration of the day, especially as you're working or going to school or inside all day long, all right, and you're unaware of that, and all of the pattern of conduct is made manifest. You are capturing the criminal conduct and the demented conduct and doing it very easily while these demons surround. And so this is what this third party is doing. I want to be clear, it's 8:23 when I'm capturing this image. It's currently 8:26. If you recall my documentation, the fake sun is directly over the building in the city of Upland, over the McDonald's at 100 East Foothill Boulevard. That is an ongoing example of what is stalking by these minions of SoCal Gas, of this minion sitting in the white van, of Ryder, etc. The light sources remaining over me in the city of Ontario, over the S.I.I.S Liquor, also setting in the evening on the opposite side of the same street in Ontario, never being anywhere possible over Upland, over some street, over some neighborhood in order to capture that object, as I am able to when I'm there, all right? And how is that the case? It's not because it coexists at the same time. It's because it is a light source that is following and remaining over me, as you see when I am on vehicle. Even as I walk and I show you the light source, you are looking at it, you're able to see it moving. And this is literally an impossibility. You're witnessing the demonic. And this is the same thing that you're looking at on a smaller scale. The demons that are the people of the state, for example, the demon that you see driving the rider vehicle, you are identifying that demon. It is objective evidence of that demon possession and the criminal conduct that rider is engaging in, while that rich, concentrated, directed light is on the ground. Not only is rider engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring, rider is engaging in what is facilitation of federal group stalking and monitoring. So anyway, it's currently 8:27 a.m. and there is no light source that is anywhere in Upland. Speaking to the stalker and the demon, that is 1627719. Ontario police driven by one male, but two males in that vehicle, and crossing path with the same exact directed light, the mark of demon possession. And then at nightfall, what do you see? They're in large shadows appearing across buildings, moving when they are stationary, when there's not even light that would create that light activity, and there's not light that is actually aimed on them to create such shadows, while they also maintain shadows on them. This is everything I captured in video. All right. This is the ongoing demonstration during the day and demonstration at night, because demon possession is not something that you can hide. All right. It is that which you are capable of knowing, and knowing it objectively, and it is relevant to what is prosecution for engaging in federal group stalking and monitoring, which is a criminal act that is engaged in by a government, including the people of the state, which the government is relying on, and it is a demonic system. This is directly relevant, in other words, demon possession, directly relevant to that prosecution of that government and the people of the state. This is what the state of California is engaging in. This is what the state of California has been documented as engaged in as a matter of fact. This is not a matter of conjecture. It's not a matter of what is anything that is biased. You actually cannot in any way reduce what is the evidence of the impossibilities, the multitudinous ones that exist, that are issues with regard to what my documentation entails and what I've captured. It's currently 8:28 a.m. And that's just a sample of what the entity is doing. Let me break something down for you. That's Union Pacific. You have with the entity that lives at the Ontario Town Square townhomes, and I've documented them. This is surveillance. You're not present on any individual capacity. The government that's engaging in placing American citizens criminally under surveillance, relying upon the third-party group stalking conduct of the demon-possessed entity that is the people of the state, you live in relevant position. You live at a third-party facilitating venue, where your address is a matter of documentation for your federal prosecution. So I want to be clear. Ontario Town Square townhomes, these are the people of the state that are engaged in surveillance as well. You just have what is a minion sitting in a white van, a minion sitting in a SoCal gas vehicle. You have what are stalking in the path while they're sitting in cars. You're stalking in the path while you're sitting in whatever venue where you live. All right, based on the criminal activity of the government, and the government is doing it with the people. So I just want to break that down as well. It's not different while you're sitting in your living room in relevant position, where criminal activity is underway by the state. All right, the government is doing it through them, and they're monitoring with communication devices. And that's also why rider is crossing path with directed light. All right, license plate 8VCW 666 19819Y2. Monitoring while Union Pacific is the method of audible activity creation. License, this is Commercial Door Company, license 995094, license 83934H2, WL Butler 32069Z1, monitoring as Union Pacific is the means of audible activity. You have what is Omnitrans, a supervisor vehicle. They're group stalking at Lemon and Holt, using the vehicle as light, 7Y50966. It is 8:30 a.m. and there is no change with regard to the demonic activity. Using a different sort of vehicle or is the type of resources that the entity engages in. Oh, we'll use a different sort of vehicle, 17313U1. Doesn't matter what type of vehicle they're using. You're looking at what is the substance of the conduct. It is the ongoing facilitation, stalking in the path in a demonic environment, 5UBL474. Under the fake sun and indirected light, you're a demon stalking in the path with light. And then you're also exposing the company that you're using the vehicle to do it through. This is Omnitrans, heavily documented already, using a supervisor vehicle, showing that there is no exception with regard to the ordinary employees driving the bus versus the supervisors, which you ought to know. I have already told you, and I've documented as well so that you understand there is no exception with regard to demon possession and how that is rampant with regard to this demon-possessed population. It doesn't change. Demons are hoping that you're distracted by the type of job that they have, or the race, or how attractive or unattractive, or how young, or it has nothing to do with that at all whatsoever. So this is Omnitrans creating light activity, and it's currently 8:31 a.m. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, you do have, let me document this real quick. Omnitrans at Plum and Holt at 8:31, Plum and Holt approaching the bus stop here. And this is bus stop number 7909, I believe, Route 61. And this is Omnitrans that's approaching right now. So while minions are engaging in surveillance, 8RO1793, license 1234511, bus 1219, at what is 8:32 a.m. Monitoring with the rest of the minions, 8ZWZ751, 51327M2, that's SoCal Edison, International Line Builder. They've got more than one logo on that vehicle. License 8MWR681, 6EYY543, 5JBZ685, 6VIR450, 6G44156, 7XDU119, 6BDG 821. It's 8:32 a.m. Okay, bus 2346, that's Omnitrans. They are pulling up to Lemon and Holt. On that surveillance camera of that bus at 8:38 a.m. pulling up to Lemon and Holt, you'll see the supervisor's vehicle. They have been loitering in relevant position, creating light activity. They are monitoring together. It's a method of light activity creation. Coca-Cola is right over here. Oh, no, sorry, that's RNDC. RNDC at Shiro's Liquor, maintaining presence on the other side. This is the people of the state acting via those companies. And I captured an image the supervisor's vehicle, which is using flashers at that bus stop. It's the same exact pattern of conduct. Directed light on the bus stop while 86517E1 drives out of the driveway of B&G Plaza. That's a demon stalking in the path with light. It is currently 8:38 a.m. 32024D2, 6XJU071, 6T, can't say that one, SSY015, 5644771, 5RMA100, 7PWJ643. City of Ontario, crossing path, license 1469500. That's the municipality. Vehicle number looks like 7674, I believe. Can't really see the vehicle number, but that's the license plate. I want to be clear, RNDC is going to be on surveillance cameras inside of Shiro's Liquor, appearing to be engaging in what is ordinary business as a vendor, delivering items, inventory, right? They're monitoring. They're monitoring with the demons who are crossing path, touching and flashing directed light, monitoring with Omnitrans, the supervisor, and the bus, creating light activity, and monitoring while this is what, U.S.C? All the rest of the third parties, in other words, this is what I'm speaking to, how state surveillance operates. 63675W1. That's the license plate of U.S. driving into the B&G Plaza right now at 8:40 a.m. Cardenas crossing path in a large truck. SureTech. I documented that company before. They're crossing path in a white pickup truck. It's at 8:40 a.m. I'm at the bus stop in front of B&G Plaza, where the light source is remaining stationary. It is nowhere possible. Also over the building of the McDonald's in the city of Upland at 100 East Foothill Boulevard. All right, this is P.O.C. Paper plate BU67H31. That's an African-American male driving it's a white vehicle, little white bucket. License plate 14729L2, 55567E2. 8VFF 527, 8RCG 630, 8DSB 886, 7TBZ 296, 6L, I can't see that one, 8TX H318, 7ATU 893, 34516H3, that's a tow truck, 5ZGB 070. Loomis crossing path and Chafee Joint Union High School, license 1548540. Cardinal trucking carrying AutoZone, license plate. I can't see the license plate on that one. That's a trucking company in Cardinal carrying the trailer of AutoZone, the company. License 8C60538. License 8HGH650. All right, Omnitrans pulls off at what is 8:42 a.m. from Lemon and Holt, going westbound on Holt Boulevard. 8WAC381. 7ZOP 971, 7LCD 543. $8MO9316 in San Bernardino County, driving westbound on Hope Boulevard, crossing path in a vehicle. Kaiser Permanente, California 52033 is the vehicle number on this truck. It's a little utility truck. Kaiser Permanente is the logo on it. Entering inside a B&G Plaza right now at 8:43 a.m. Amtrak crossing path in a large coach going west on Hope Boulevard. 8T99391. That's not the license plate of Amtrak. That's another third party. 6RMC 650. 6FOB 958. 8MNL 958. 76107D2. 7598 2F2, I believe. Can't really see that, or 2F3. I can't really see that one clearly. It's 8:44 a.m. 50818S1. 8RMH 971. 8YKF 158. 8EGX 469. 7YDT 728. 8YEV 128. 8VZE 689. 7MMX 137. 7UQW 958. It's 8:45 a.m. 3462571, I believe. Can't really see that one. GPC. You saw, I captured in still images. They were group stalking on the side of the Amtrak train station where Union Pacific was using that train track as a means of audible activity under the fake sun yesterday at 8:14 in the morning. Actually, it was before. It was between 8:08 and 8:11 a.m. where GPC was patrolling on the opposite side of the train tracks. That company is crossing path going westbound on Holt Boulevard. Group stalking as the entity. It's 8:46 a.m. 8SYB 997, 8GDC 914, 8TWF 105, 7HAE 112, 6, I can't say that, 8AQE 543, I believe, or 453, 8Z 71238, 6BXE 487, 7905 8T2, Gerard Daniel Warehouse, 8SDK 759, 5VNZ 694. License 8NAE 892, 482, 4GXR 267, City of Ontario crossing path, and a large utility truck going westbound on Hope Boulevard, 8:47 a.m. 7CWT 651, 8MTV. Can't see the rest of that one. You can see the rest of that. That's Union Pacific. That's audible activity. That's amplification. 6VJH 607. 8RKH 532, 6UTW 216, 5YHA 877, 8917, can't really see that one, 7A77663, 8KG, I can't really see that one. This is Omnitrans, license 1370398, bus number 1327. At 8:49 a.m. 8BEF 574. License 8RKA015. 8SVN 516. 6407L72, I believe. Can't really see that one though. It is 8:50 a.m. 8XMH 544. 69334K3. 7KPH 396. 1309, I'm sorry, 1303994. 9G44712, that's air gas. License 50310C1. 6TWT527. It's 8:51 a.m. and the light source is remaining stationary over the B&G Plaza. License plate. United States Postal Service crossing path. This is license MA, I can't see that one. USPS vehicle number 7531648. I did capture video of what is the stationary presence remaining again, as I already captured earlier at 8:23 in the morning. Greg Electric crossing path again right now. As I already captured earlier in the morning, reminding you of the light sources remaining over me in Upland while I'm in Upland, remaining over me in Ontario as I remain in Ontario, even to the end of the day, as I documented yesterday. 7KDU822, 6FZU781, touching with directed light while they're stalking in the path. And so not only is this video that I'm referencing at 8:51 a.m. it's remaining stationary over the B&G Plaza in alignment with me, that scientific impossibility where you see at 8:51 what is already published, the light sources are remaining in alignment with me through the vehicle, through the window of a vehicle while it's driving north up Euclid Avenue, going into the city of Upland. Now, I just use it as an example with regard to a specific timestamp, another way in which you are witnessing the impossibility, the demonic environment that is, and the demon possession of the people of the state. 8RJV091, 7VSG699 or 689. And you have what is, again, remembering when I'm documenting the entity, the light sources over the McDonald's, for example, at 8:23 in the morning, and I was reminding you about the light source being over the B&G Plaza at 8:23 in the morning when you were looking at the demons that are the Ontario police monitoring with third parties under that fake sun at that same time in Ontario, and it's over me at the same time at in Upland over the McDonald's. I remain at that McDonald's after 8:50 a.m. as well. This is just big picture. All right, I'm using specific times because I've so heavily documented what is the impossibility of a light source remaining over me everywhere that I'm going, regardless of what city and county. Because if you recall, at 8:48 a.m., I am in the city of Pomona already, having gotten on a bus on Holt Avenue and East End Avenue, 8:48 a.m. And so this is showing, as I'm documenting, the people of the state using company vehicles. That's what Republic National Distributing Company represents, engaging in surveillance while they are delivering anything. They are monitoring with communication devices in that environment and deliberately present doing so. This is the malicious execution of that surveillance system, and it is that which is participated in by none other than the demon-possessed. This is the demon-possessed population engaging in surveillance. And you see the same with regard to the third party who I'm documenting on video. She is a demon that's crossing paths, using her vehicle where it's parked as a means of coming close to cross path, monitoring with a communication device, and doing so with knowledge as I'm documenting the presence of the fake sun at 8:51 a.m. License 897, let me see, 89787K2, I believe. It's substantially similar. I can't really see that one. That's a company vehicle. Ontario Refrigeration, 34469F1. And 49712D3, Ontario Refrigeration. 57, I can't really see that. Unistar Foods is a company. 7UUN632. 01323A3. And it is 8:56 a.m. 7DGA595. It's 8:58 a.m. Omnitrans bus 1267 at Lemon and Holt right now. It's 8:58 a.m. It's audible activity. License 44508 V1. That's Greg Electric. License 02614C2. 6PES 565. And as you also recall in my video documentation, as I remain in Upland, I captured the city of Upland group stalking using that utility vehicle as light activity in the alley as I'm leaving the McDonald's. I also capture at 8:56 as I was showing you the movement of the light source relative to where I am at 8:56 over the U.S. Bank at the corner of Foothill and Euclid Avenue in the city of Upland. The light source today remains stationary over me at the B&G Plaza. License 8PLT567, 7WPH631, San Bernardino County, license 1566765, 8SDY684. Ready? This is, it's 8:59 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, capturing RNDC, which leaves after engaging what is surveillance at B&G Plaza at 9 a.m. 6TDW202. And that's the image you see them driving westbound on Holt Boulevard. Want to be clear, the facilitating venue is Shiro's Liquor. License plate 8SZU258. License 65616V1. Ontario Police at Holt and Plum, stalking in the path. License 6WHL759, 6ANS 349, 5KHC 539, 7LAS 148, 7NLF 322, 6RBT 762, 4LUY 103, 6KMC 150, 8UQR 239, 6TSW 725, 80401D3. The people of the state, all of them monitoring, all of them the same condition, demons, who are monitoring with law enforcement, stalking in the path via traffic, 0009W2, I believe, R&R Dairy, California 419551. The entity monitoring with law enforcement is the entity engaging in what is criminal summoning. All right, this same entity that's monitoring together engages in that criminal act of summoning that entity while they're engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring. It's currently 9:02 a.m. That is again 00099W2. That is the license plate of R&R Dairy Distributor. License plate 20699G3, coming out of B&G Plaza right now at 9:03 a.m. Okay, license 6FDR720, 8WXX767, 8MAD813, 8YJW041, 7ZDV684, 7WBC200, Stater Brothers 46087C3. That's Stater Brothers passing in a utility truck. And the license plate of the utility truck with the Kaiser Permanente logo on it is 88628G1, license 6JMA890, 6ZHG998. And again, you're going to recall the documentation yesterday. This is the same B&G Plaza where the light source is over me as I'm crossing path over a particular venue. This particular venue had the light source over it during the 11 o'clock hour yesterday. It has remained since before 8 o'clock in the morning today. And that's again based on my arrival, because yesterday I did not arrive to the B&G Plaza until 8:14. The light source remains over me at the museum to the B&G Plaza. License 8FCG609. F317ZP, that's an out-of-state license plate. License 73216C2. License 6BZF, or hold on, 6BFZ513. And license 81457A1. 8AXC133, license 8GBF191, 02722V2, 49124G2, 72607Y1, and 02230N2, 8SHN312, and rider crossing path multiple times this morning since I'm remaining at the B&G Plaza. Crossing path again right now as I'm crossing the street at Plum and Holt at 9:06 a.m. where I'm showing you the fake sun is right over me at the B&G Plaza as I'm walking from the bus stop at the B&G Plaza. License 6GHA373, 7WNJ444, 13319P1, 85116U1. 7WBU707, 839DN, handicap. It is 9:06 a.m. capturing all of those third parties at the intersection, group stalking, and the fake sends right over the intersection. No longer remaining over the B&G Plaza. It's hovering over the intersection right over me as I walk through that intersection, and that's what I took a picture of. The surveillance that the people of the state who are demon-possessed engage in. License 29212E2, 7ZGU609. They are all in that picture. 6HPZ407, 5VSS999, 90461X1, BU5BV11, that's paper, 8MUH055, 7MVU635, 8ZAX939, 7RQZ566, 8FPV098, 7NHZ760, I believe. And again, while I'm capturing those images of the light source over me at the intersection of Plum and Holt over the Andy's Burgers, you're not only remembering what I documented yesterday, but again, I'm in Pomona at this time, 9:03 a.m. I'm capturing the Pomona Police Department. And the light source is directly over me in the city of Pomona. All right, this is the P.O.C. as I'm capturing those images under that light source, speaking to the criminal conduct of surveillance. That's 8PKD777, parked at third-party facilitating Avenue Metro 102, creating that audible activity. License 19031. Or 19301, I believe. Can't really see that one's an out of state. Can't see it that clearly. You can scratch that one. 6FOD958. JB Hunt Intermodal, driving southbound on Euclid Avenue at 9:09 a.m. DTR 227, 7HRE 296, 6KMJ 224. To 784-8G3, that's Stater Brothers crossing path and utility truck going north on Euclid Avenue. Southwest Airlines flying above, providing amplified audible activity that you hear. And you see the fake sun right over 150 East Hope Boulevard. License plate BF48T29, paper 8ZGL665-739RZ, handicap 92028F2, 5SZC344, 8RYX433, 5YQG816. 6 SWS 967, 8V77642, 8JFM 154, excuse me. The third party you see is engaging in positioning at the bus stop, while Southwest Airlines is a method of audible activity flying directly over, while the fake sun remains over me, moving from the B&G Plaza to be over the 150 East Hope Boulevard building. He is in relevant position at the bus stop, maintaining presence in the path, monitoring with the third parties who then patrol via traffic. All those license plates I just read. This is group conduct. Alrighty, it is 9:11 a.m. 8CEE012. It's 9:12 a.m. 7DGV 350. We have Route 87 arriving right now at Euclid Avenue and Holt at 9:12 a.m. License 7YNK883. Omnitrans is license 1535754, bus 1364. This is driven by an African-American female. She's olive-skinned African female. She has a weave ponytail on her head. Wavy weave ponytail. It's 9:13. And I captured what is the fake sun that remains over me where I'm sitting at this bus stop on Euclid and Holt, positioned over the bus stop seat where Omnitrans is a method of activity. Measure here again. That's 1535754 at 9:13 a.m. And this minion that was engaging in patrolling as one entity, but he's specifically standing at the bus stop. This is relevant positioning while the minions cross path in vehicles 8WZ and 762, including the minion that is Southwest Airlines flying over with the fake sun moving as I move. And that's why I'm capturing what is the fake sun as I'm now at the bus stop for Route 83/87. And the fake sun is right here positioned over this bus stop, which is on Euclid Avenue. This is a necessary advancement of that light source. And in conflict with where I was going yesterday, by the way, you're paying attention to that. I was proceeding what is on Hope Boulevard, where I remained, okay, walking toward what is Mercy House yesterday. That's how I was able to capture the video at 9:49 a.m. License 1390895. That's City of Ontario, vehicle 3038. It's an entity that's just patrolling all around in different methods of presence. And a method of presence is using a different logo, using a different person. It's the same entity. And that's why you have the following of an environment and the identical conduct, which is an impossibility, recurring, which is directed light. It is 9:14 a.m. Mission, linen, and uniform service crossing path. They're driving from Euclid east onto Hope Boulevard. FE9940, 7YWN980, 6ZEE879, 6MND, can't really see that one, 85697U2, 7LZS885, 80903G1, 8RDK159, 7KYP001. And again, this minion this is a male with a sky blue t-shirt on, 13285X2 and 8VPD883. This minion gets on the Route 87 bus on surveillance cameras. Okay, they're monitoring as an entity. I'm just speaking to ways in which everything that I'm documenting is also verifiable apart from my own documentation. It is 9:16 a.m. License 8XTM843. Company RCS, license 93267F3. I'm sorry, BCS 9326753, I believe. All right, Unistar Foods, who is group stalking at B&G Plaza, 57996F1. Now the fake sun is over me on Euclid Avenue where they're crossing path again. License 8XKX749. License 5VEV179, 7S11531. That's WD GOT. 7WCB422. 6XGB302. 8JGF644. 6EOUO60. 7TIL303. 7KDA209, 87526W2, 6T00705, 4CXW918, Utility Tree Service, license plate 09324K1. License 8JJH216, 5RSB 795 Enterprise truck rental crossing path on Hope Boulevard, turning onto Euclid Avenue southbound. They're doing so on traffic cameras with the rest of the minions. It's 9:18 a.m. License plate 8MXS860. License 8R54806. 734HT4W. 8JGA237 DUPLANE. All of them molesting with directed light. What you're listening to is audible activity. It maintains an ongoing purpose serving surveillance. And that's coming from across the street. That is the venues where there's a Solo Speedieria, the Bally Spa, the Verizon, and the nightclub. This is where minions are in relevant position right now, monitoring to that audible activity creation, while the fake sun is over me on Euclid Avenue, specifically over me, and while minions are molesting with directed light. That music is referred to as audible activity creation. It's facilitation. License Heart MI 3PUP 8NMS 619 6HJZ 979 8BJR 879 4JJC 118 4PFH 534 18308E2 1992683 6XYB 590 7YJE 524 6X15037 7GRA 968 8NQN 026 BF 75 J45 paper 8LIB 790 7SNN 362 5NQB 002 38920X1 8KGK 389 2UNW 760 8PXU011 I believe 6ENS 846 8TSA 687 Student Transportation of America crossing path going westbound on Hope Boulevard, turning southbound onto Euclid at 9:21 a.m. ENZ 471 8 EDA 775 69628G2 It's 9:23 a.m. Seven AXL 784 8LJZ 954 7VRG 913 XP 69863. Looks like Lakeshore is the name of that company. That's a large truck. And 1420057. This is a utility truck parking on the side on the red over here next to me. The fake sun is right over here at the same bus stop where they're stalking in the path. See, YRC, yellow, that's the trucking company. They're on traffic cameras at Holt and Euclid Avenue at the red light. Brightview, the same. It is 9:23 a.m. License 8DVJ 089 8PQU 280. License 7NLK 321. Directed light moving across the REA money transfer at 100 East Euclid Avenue. This large truck, XP 72745. It's a neon green truck. Directed light while they cross paths. All right, this is facilitation. And I'm capturing images of what is surveillance. You have a minion sitting at the bus stop monitoring to that facilitating conduct, and you have the minion that is sitting in the utility truck on my left side. This is surrounding while they're monitoring together while the entity is patrolling all around, and the fake sun again has moved to remain over me where I'm sitting on Euclid Avenue at the bus stop. I just took images of that. It's 9:25 a.m. That is the terrorism by the people of the state, demons who are stalking and engaging in surveillance. License 8YNM 104. 8SFS 131, 8LJM 983, 5ZMM 943, 8RSV 321, R215VO 94236H3, 6L63320, 6WVV 856, I believe. License 6083PRA, 8ZDY140. BR33W81, that's a paper plate. All of them molesting together. And these minions that are sitting around me in a truck and the one sitting right next to me are monitoring while that ongoing molestation is underway. That's why they're doing so. This is what they're doing with SoCal Gas, the City of Ontario vehicles sitting around the perimeter. This is what they're doing while I'm sitting at the bus stop. It's the same exact conduct. That's stalking by people. And these are demons engaging in that. This is the terrorism by the people of the state. It is 9:26 a.m. City of Ontario now coming around the corner while they listen to me document their surveillance conduct at Center Ice Arena. License 695162. Touching while City of Ontario is engaging in surveillance. That's the municipality engaging in touching, and this is the same municipality engaged in kidnapping. It's the same with Airgas, who's crossing path as well, but I just want to point that out. 6R78700. It is, by the way, 9:27 a.m. All right, this is City of Ontario getting out surveying the abandoned buildings at the end of the street, which is no form. They're stalking in the path, monitoring with communication devices under a fake sun and in directed light. License plate, and I captured images of those males doing so. 31017J3, license 8CIB401, 880W123, license 6NGN758, 8HDM164, 8NUY150, 58055E1. City of Ontario, crossing path 1410308, 7AAB729, 8MAP769. AS, I can't really see that one. Let me just scratch that one. Frontier Communications crossing path. It's 9:28 a.m. ZWB 794. 00451R2, 88239P2, 7UVR777, 6CJX707. City of Ontario remains engaged in the pattern of conduct while they enter the abandoned building. This is stalking in relevant position. This is RNDC delivering goods to Shiro's Liquor, remaining in relevant positioning. Whatever that they are doing, they're stalking in the path. All right, so this is the pattern of conduct underway. It's 9:29 a.m. License 5XCC 808, 8LJU 895, 5YGW 717, 91481F1, P.A.C. U.E.C.O. 8ZRB 064, 8H 82677, 8LO 4233, 5EYB 304, 6WEE 654, 5CTK 446. All of them touching with directed light. License 7DUL 123. All right, and Burtech molesting as well, stalking in the path. It is 9:30 a.m. You have the minion that I capture with the blue collar shirt and gray pants pacing in and out of the abandoned vehicle, going into the car, getting a tape measure, is a demon that's pacing. License plate 4NQF627, 7LCL 525. 55816K2. License 8GZN047. FedEx crossing path. License 43476C3. Driven by a heavy-set Latino male, facial hair, wearing a cap, touching all the same, molesting. It is 9:32 a.m. GS156 handicap 02529B3, 8XSC709, 5SIJ192, 8SHB130, 8YJF163, 7SSC080. This is Omnitrans, license 1535707, bus 1362. It's 9:32 a.m. All right, I did capture what is the directed light that's appearing in the shade while Omnitrans pulls up. This is Omnitrans that is monitoring, and the fake sun remains positioned over the bus stop, which I'm also capturing image of. It's in between the two buildings in alignment with me. You're going to recall my documentation, not only what already exists with regard to stalking with the light source, but the entity keeping the fake sun over me at this time as I am walking, which is well west on Holt Boulevard. At no time is it coexisting, remaining stationary over Euclid Avenue, visible over the bus stop. No sort of light is bouncing off of a bus that's driving in the shade that's remaining at Euclid Avenue. No sunlight is reflecting off of a car shooting into the bus as the P.O.C. Shooting off of asphalt. And so surveying an abandoned building, which is the form for the demons of the municipality, the city of Ontario, is indeed the stalking and the path conduct, and they're under what is the light source. That ongoing scientific impossibility remains present while they are engaging in that conduct. This is surveillance by the people. This is the terrorism by the demon possessed. It's currently 9:34 a.m. and the light source is already documented in the city of Upland over me at the time where I'm already at that city. It's remaining over the street of G Street and G Street and Fern Avenue while I remain in the vehicle there. It's remaining over me as I remain in the city of Pomona, also showing that light source directly over my head. It's remaining over me while I'm en route to on the bus of Omnitrans, a venue, and the fake sun remains over me. And this is that impossibility with regard to this documented maintenance of a light source over my head everywhere that I'm going, and that is throughout cities and the counties. It is currently 9:35 a.m. and this is Route 83 that is proceeding to go north on Euclid into the city of Upland, and an impossible coexistence with regard to the light source setting in alignment with me at the Ontario Town Square yesterday at 5:11 p.m. as I captured on video, remaining present as I remain in the city of Ontario on the street of Hope Boulevard, going to the Ontario Village Shopping Center, walking back on B Street, and it's over my head at the intersection where this bus stop is. Okay, 1:02 p.m. It's at the on the edge of that building, over the edge of my head, including that street sign which I capture in images. It's on the opposite side of the same street where I'm showing you where the bus is crossing path with directed light and the fake sun over that bus stop. All right, it is currently 9:36 a.m. This is P.O.C. The employee number displayed on the bus is 3362. And I did capture video again at 9:36 a.m. showing what is indeed the maintenance of a light source in alignment with me while I'm on public transportation. This is a facilitator, Omnitrans, engaging in state surveillance, replete with directed light as well. But the light source is today advancing beyond Hope Boulevard in the window of the bus, in which I show at the El Pescador at the intersection of G Street. And then you see that light source. Again, I never walked up that far yesterday. I remained at Hope Boulevard, and I walked west on Hope Boulevard to go to Mercy House, which is where I captured the video at 9:49 a.m., where I'm at the intersection of State and Bonneview. You see the demon that's crossing path on State. Directed light is all over the side of that building. That's where the light source is. It is not also at the same time ever going to be in the city of Upland over a particular vehicle and through the window visible for me to see on video. And also remaining all day long in Ontario on Hope Boulevard. Again, I walked east and west on Hope Boulevard, and then I went to Stater Brothers, etc. So that is the pattern of conduct. License 7GBB183, group stalking in traffic. License 7FDL920 at 5th Street in Euclid. License 7SQL811. This is the same entity, again, monitoring on a ceaseless basis with law enforcement engaging in criminal summoning. So you're cognizant of the big picture while you're documenting their surveillance conduct. And this is the entity that's engaging in that demonic pattern of conduct. It is currently 9:40 a.m. and today there is no light source that will be setting in alignment with the Ontario Town Square, which is also exclusive. It's never capable of being seen through the window of the Upland Public Library. And all of the positions where I captured the light sources, I remained off of Hope Boulevard in the city of Ontario. For example, at 10:19 a.m. on Hope Boulevard and campus is not visible through the roof of the Upland Public Library. That's the ongoing example that I continue to demonstrate through my documentation yesterday. It is currently 9:40 a.m. You're seeing what is a minion that's group stalking. She's crossing path with a communication device at 6th and Euclid Avenue. This is the ongoing surveillance by an entity, knowledge of exactly who I am, which you also know by virtue of what is not possibly the sun that remains over me, and directed light which surrounds, which is no product of any sunlight, while I am going to any location, including remaining stationary, which yesterday, again, on Hope Boulevard, off of Hope Boulevard, not advancing beyond B Street as I showed at 5:11 p.m. It is 9:41 a.m. I captured this demon who was a third party on foot in alignment to me where I'm sitting on the bus, 5NHU 487, 8NNE 239. XYG 389, it's then 70YJ 146, JD7TTO, that's a large truck. Large truck. License 07956U1, going past the 10 freeway now. 40459W2, 8JXE 881. 8WUZ160, 7YRN176, Herc Rentals, stalking in the path with light activity at the 7th Street and Euclid Avenue, 66063R1, Irvine Pipeline Company Incorporated, monitoring with communication devices. License, let's see, Koppel, KOPPL, US.1871688. These are third parties creating light activity using construction vehicles, monitoring with communication devices. License. And again, Again, they're monitoring with Omnitrans, and specifically this demon that's driving this bus, employee number 3362. That's what the display says, at least. License plate CB11B34. That's a paper plate.
Street.
License 8XUE729. DOF 082, 7TES 525, 5EUZ 513, 7GJG 381, 8LUS 560. Alright, you need to understand the pattern of conduct as it's underway on public transportation. The minions are getting on the bus as a means of crossing the path. It is activity creation while they do so. This is patrolling as they are getting on and off the bus. This is the pattern of conduct as it's isolated to literally the bus. And this is the significance of keeping a fake sun in alignment with me on the bus, by the way, and directed light. It is 9:44 a.m. LLX 433.
Stop requested. If possible, please use 9th Street.
It is 9:45 a.m. 5RFZ450 PAA2298. That's North Carolina. BU03X95 paper. 5VAK579. It's 9:47 a.m. at Arrow Highway and Euclid. Again, that is license 1535707. Capturing what is the fake sun as I'm off of the bus and it remains stationary. It's no longer in motion. You can see that through my still images that I captured getting off of the bus at Arrow Highway and Euclid Avenue in Upland. 7FSR994. But this is already shown because my documentation where I'm already in Upland at 8:23 in the morning, and the light source is keeping it over me at the B&G Plaza where riders repeatedly crossing path, including right now. License 42902X1, UPS 06600L1. License 4VML 083, 7DMN 583, 8XVX 306, 33010S1, 6MEE 905, 7VPU 444, 8K 89435, 7CDW 709, JNS JEEP, 8PHL 691, 8XMV 148, 8726994, 8FCL 294, 7XDZ 932, 6DDV 873, 8YJZ 608, 25781N2, 8NLT 312, 8WWF 614, CATMORE 8ZEN 784. It's currently 9:49 a.m. License plate 8PVP 995, 95447K3, 8VDW 093, 45266Y2, 087RT handicap 01751J1, 5ZBY 828, 7KB, I think I wrote that one, 8JWL 153 because I didn't read that one, 8LRT 938, QTROZY 8LRS 210. And what I capture in video, again, with regard to what I'm documenting today, it is conclusive. It is that which is surpassing what is necessary for a prima facie case of any ordinary target individual being targeted by the government. I want to be clear. This is just one example, a monstrous example remaining in Ontario, and it's off of a specific street. But also, you got to remember everything that I've already documented. The light source is remaining over me in Pomona, California. At this time, it's 9:53 a.m. 9:50 in the morning, I documented January 27th. The light source is also not capable of being seen over my head, central presence, let alone visible above the Upland City Hall in the city of Upland, while I'm in the city of Pomona, and the light source is maintaining that same central presence over my head as it has remained since I arrived as a matter of video documentation at 9:03 a.m. ATYC 713. You're going to recall the documentation of what is the fake sun remaining over me while I'm on Route 66, not arriving to the Upland Public Library until after 1:02 p.m., which I documented. This is January 20th, if I recall correctly, 2022. And you have what is the light source 553J45, that's Nevada. The light source that remains over me today as I go to the city of Upland, as opposed to right now, this time yesterday, I'm walking north of Bonneview, and I remain in the city of Ontario, and I'm capturing the fake sun over the Dollar General. I'm capturing it over the JV Auto Parts. I'm capturing the directed light. I'm capturing law enforcement and American Medical Response, demons molesting with directed light while I remain on that same street, then engaging in walking west after the light source remains over me as I'm walking east. All right, so it's currently 9:54 a.m. and that's the big picture. Again, this is a complete body of evidence. It's not just one example showing that same scientific impossibility over and over again. And when you take a step back and look at the big picture again, you're talking about what is a light source on the opposite side of the same building that I capture at 9:49 a.m. Impossible to coexist with being over me in the city of Ontario at State Street in Bonneview. Also impossible to be the sun, as it nonetheless remains at 5:11 p.m. on the opposite side of the same building in the city of Upland. All right, this is P.O.C. It's 9:55 a.m. Alrighty, I am capturing what is relevant positioning, and you're looking at what are minions that have unfortunately bore children. This is the same demon possession, regardless of what they have in their physical custody, pushing a stroller, carrying a newborn, while there are demons engaging in a pattern of conduct, a very specific one, and while they're sitting around creating audible activity, talking about potty training, the fake sun is right over me at the Upland Public Library, a scientific impossibility speaking to the absence of any form by the demon-possessed population who are engaging in state surveillance. This is why the light source is over the Upland Public Library, and it is not possibly capable of being present, the actual sun, that is, if it was the sun, over me, maintaining that same central presence, while also I am in a distinctly different city on a specific street of what is Bonneview, walking then westbound on Hope Boulevard. As I capture the light source remaining over me, 10:09 a.m., I'm showing you what's the fake sun over JV Auto Parts, which I reminded you about the impossibility of seeing that light source out the window of the Upland Public Library at 10:09 a.m. You're talking about what is the light source that remains over me at campus and Hope Boulevard at 10:19 a.m. and I'm reminding you about the impossibility of seeing that light source through the roof of the Upland Public Library at 10:19 a.m., which I've already documented. While the state is while I'm at this venue, cycling directed light inside of the venue, while demons are stalking in the path. That's exactly what they're doing outside. This is exactly what they do inside. Doing so while carrying around minor children. You can carry around whatever you want, a paint bucket. You can drive around in the city identifying the municipality as one engaging in surveillance. You can drive around or talk about potty training. It's means of audible activity. You are stalking in the path, and it is the conclusive evidence, first of all, of what is demon possession, and second of all, what is state surveillance monitoring with communication devices. You can talk about whatever you want and carry whatever you want in your hands while you're monitoring with communication devices. All right, it's currently 9:58 a.m. This is P.O.C. 3APL 948 4FBM 623 BFT 8289, and that's Arizona. These are vehicles that look very much abandoned, but at the same time, they were not parked here in the parking lot of the Grossman Law Center just days ago when I documented a Honda Civic that was parked at this property, representing a third-party mobile position, so I will document that. It is currently 7:04 p.m. Metrolink engaging in the pattern of conduct, creating light activity and molesting with the rest of the entity. The trains are usually serving what is a soundtrack to that sexual violence, and those companies to be prosecuted in the same exact manner. License plate 8RFC 923. It's 7:04 p.m. License 8FWC 743. And Metrolink, as I took an image of, this is at 7:02 p.m. going eastbound. License 4NZW232, stopping at the Upland train station. Everybody in IHOP is monitoring. Let me let you know who that is, at least represented by license plates. 7GTJ186, 7WXL241, D4142, that's handicap. 7THL609, 8X HD977, 8BVB716, 7PJS907. It's 7:05 p.m. License plate 8BWL668, 7GBF626. These are demons that are pacing. They're going in opposite directions. That's pacing. License BSF0566, license 7B25991. And that's exactly what I'm documenting when I'm reading license plates in traffic. The reality is that these are demons. They're engaging in demonic activity. Demons engage in pacing around. All right, and that's all that the public entity, which is a demon-possessed entity, is doing. All right, doing it in what are different types of cars. That's all that it is, and they're doing it in directed light, and they're doing it under what is literally a light source that's not possibly the sun. It's demonic activity. It is literally a concerted conduct when you have one demon driving by and another demon driving in the opposite direction. It is pacing. 8UZP748. It's 7:06 p.m. License plate MIAMI3, 8WEG133, 8FFWX524, 6UVY558, 8ZQJ970, 7VZD614. They're all molesting. I am at a distance, walking on the sidewalk. They are in the streets, in vehicles, and I'm being molested with light. They're demons that are crossing paths. This is the ongoing sex offense by the people of the state, the demon-possessed entity, and they are engaged in monitoring. License 8LQR863. Alrighty, it is currently 7:09 p.m. Being at the intersection in vehicles does not create light that's onto the sidewalk. It's the same thing when sitting inside of the vehicle or sleeping inside of any vehicle, as I have documented, and then light is appearing while demons are driving by on G Street, where the vehicle's not the windows. That this is it. Under no circumstances is that light that's ever going to occur. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the sex offender. This is the stalker with light. All right, and that's demonic. It's currently 7:10 p.m. 8WWW791 and 8UAU237, 8TBF980, and they're all molesting. License 8VNH962. It's 7:10 p.m. See 7WNM576, 9383. 8WDF138 and 93883J3. Let's see, 64164 handicap, 8203, 85023A3, 5HYP773, 8TDN536, 6WAF223, 8ZJJ225, 14182K3. 7NJP359. CHRZARD 8NTZ854, 6TEL926. ARD/153/A and can't really 7END362, excuse me. It's 7:12 p.m. License 7XRX645, 7ZTN380, 6WWF663, I believe. see. 8ZJE 856. It's 7:13 p.m. 7PXH 941. 8XQ 569. Substantially similar. Excuse me. Couldn't see the whole license plate. License PSU 781. 6 PSU 781. 7 PWC 567. 8 PRN 376. Fluid truck crossing path 8 LAS 596. 8 S166. Can't see the rest of it. 7 THD 999. 5 YY A 737. 7 YOE 284. 7 VWC 120. CB45L80 paper. 02233Y2. 89662K2. 7:14 p.m. 6XDC 811. 7RKJ 852. 7ADY 051. 7MG 611. Let's see. 7MBG 611. 8FYT 752. 7WFB 784. 7PAA 756. 7L40421. 8GVS 510. 7KDE 274. 1PULGA. 50599G3. 7 DFS 512. 8 VPU 512. 8 ETEO 77. 6 LBT 818. 7 EHH 700. 8 UBE 942. 7:21 p.m. 8 EHW 277. BSM 218. 7 YLG 676. 8 CUK 813. 7 GGA 244. 8 PDX 045. WOW MRSB 7 GGP 424. 6 YMD 051. JSAN DPA 8N24456. 8 FTC 796 00217882. JSAN 2PA 8 VQJ 988. 6 FCW 296. 8AA. Can't really see that one. Yeah. It is 7:22 p.m. 8 PMV 119, 8 ZBL 720, 98414X2, 8 WHH 416, 8 CSL 369. In case I did not read this one, 8 ZBL 720, but I think I did. Pretty sure I did. A200. A200DA. Maybe I read that one already. 6KDE 007. 8PYV 631. 9992272. See, 98414K2 said that one. 8CS235. Nah, you can scratch that one. I can't see that one. 8XAH289. 8ZNL. Can't see the rest of them. 17019A3. 7NVS D53. 8YJ8. 357, I believe. AD 72381, that's Arizona U-Haul. 8FGZ 781. 8ROT 221. 7XRL 554. 6XBX 191. 15013C3. 81019L2. 4RKS 043. 8TUF 792. 8X1 8871. 8WMR 518, excuse me. 8YTL 688. 3VVJ 509. 6EHB 891. 8TDG 716. 6FLV 813. 6HRC 407. 7MUR 904. 8WDB 824. 8VXY 728. 8XGA 221. 7TZE 470. 7DQE 292. 8WKX 626. 7SXB 780. 7LUC 352, I believe. 6ZBL 889. 08672K2. 62958W1. 7TOD092. 7P10. I can't really see that one. 78014F3. 8JMR 672. 9796. I can't really see that one. 7179. I can't see that one either. 8UVK100. 7FQM 393. 8VIB or 8VTB 639. 7AQ0s. I can't see that. 7XTH180. 8PAJ522. 14819C3. 87389. Oh, I'm sorry. 8738. I can't see the rest of it. Let's go. It is 7:27 p.m. 6PKK 589. 78014E3. 8YIP 550. 8YJZ326. 6NMA 227. 8DCB 778. 8GKW 308. 6XSA 749. 6XXF 523. 6NUW 517. 7LIU 970. 8VZU 390. 7FBT 264. 8AZK 879. 7GBF 626. 8KUA 818. 7FZZ 280. 8NKF 328. 6XSP 236. 8POE 391. 6LIU 970. Let's see. 5FLS 571. Q718A1. 8NSR 135. 7PTZ 626. 8EXR 267, I believe. 8UZP 795, excuse me. 8TAF 283, that's paper. 19363Y2. 8POE 391, I think we're the one over here. 7DVR 308. MRSCOYT 8EYK 633. 4KYB 874. 6EAY 416. In case I didn't read that one already. I might have read that one. 42192. It's 7:29 p.m. 7SMW 144 87709L1 8N. I can't really see that one. Let me get this. Make sure it's 7SMW 344. This demon is aiming light at the intersection of 6th Street and Euclid, waiting on me, and also creating light activity while demons drive through it. That creates light activity, flashing light. 6LQE 638. It is 7:32 p.m. All right, molesting is license 8ROF 116 7XCD 867 at 1405 Euclid Avenue. This is the closest intersection of Armsley and Euclid. They are in relevant position and direct light moving across their property. They are in relevant position where they live, and I am subject to an ongoing molestation. I want to document that. The minions even on the opposite side of Euclid Avenue, touching with light in an impossible manner. It is currently 7:35 p.m. By the way, that's 1405 Euclid Avenue in Ontario. I have crossed the city line. I'm now at Bonnie Bray. I walked through here a couple nights ago, documented a whole bunch of people of the state who are sex offenders aiming light right now. That's why I documented their addresses, because they are indeed demons. The address of what is, let me get this address, 1339 Euclid Avenue at the intersection of Bonnie Bray. This is where the entity flew over me by helicopter. You heard that on my podcast, and you've got a demon that was driving a nice black Mercedes. Well, that is a demon driving that Mercedes who is also a stalker, okay? That's why there's nothing impressive about that type of car where Satan is driving it and Satan is stalking me in that nice car. It doesn't mean anything. Serious issues going on. All of these demons living over here off of Bonnie Bray are monitoring with this demon that's sitting at the end of the street, opposite of Euclid, aiming light in this direction. This is demonic. This is surveillance, and this is knowledge of who I am and where I'm at, and this is the terrorism by the people of the state. I want to be clear. What the city of Ontario was doing this morning while the fake sun is over me is the same thing that the demons that are the people of the state are doing at nightfall, aiming lights toward me. It's the same pattern of conduct. Alrighty, it is currently 7:37 p.m. and I did capture that image of what is stalking in the path with light, and this is on Bonnie Bray. It is 7:37 p.m. And direct light moving all across the people of the venue of the people of the state. That's a mark of demon possession. Demons live inside of that venue. They are also monitoring. That's why that facilitating light activity is ongoing, because the state surveillance is underway, and that's also how you are a stalker wherever it is that you're living, by the way. Oh, this demon turns off their headlights as I walk toward them. I'm still going to document the people of the state with this license plate. License 8WEV 107. You have another demon coming by in order to touch with light. It is license 6RPU 685, driving on Bonnie Bray towards Euclid Avenue. Molesting was 7KCD 572. 6XDC 992 and 8HFF 743. These demons sitting in their vehicle in the middle of the street. Got a driver and an occupant, Latino male, big nose, skinny, 6PSU 781, in front of third-party facilitating venue with license plates, 7GPM 316, in front of 213 Bonnie Bray. Alrighty, and they're monitoring together while they are in front, whether they live there or not. They're minions. First of all, they're third parties. They are representing communication devices. It's facilitating conduct. It's also demonic conduct. While they're sitting in the middle of the street, aiming lights in my direction. This is the pattern of conduct that's underway, and this is Bonnie Bray. Let me be clear. This is the same neighborhood where the state flew right over my head in a helicopter. While I was documenting these well within what is the pattern of conduct all of these minions who live here. 6HDC255. Alrighty, and 7KJD489. 8MNA745. 5FZA511. 5UCM396. 6EMR 955. 5 SIM 765. 6 MRE 490. 8 UVP C 331. 8WZL 085. 80724L2. 8DHR 790. Excuse me, 8DHR 790. It's 7:44 p.m. 8 USW 047. 8 PFN 868. And there's this commercial truck. It's Farmer Brothers is what it says. I didn't see the license plate. These sex offenders coming to meet and touch 8JMX 807. And let's see. Come on, minion. Come on. Let's just get it over with. License plate. 8KQM 504. It is 7:49 p.m. Mm-hmm. 4TJR 740. AWAE 382. Seven FTJ 078. Oh, license 6SMA 0. Hold on, I'll get this demon in a second. I want to document, when I said Farmer's Brothers, it's not that Farmer Brothers restaurant. It was like a dairy, like an ice cream frozen type of logo. This is license 68DA 104. That demon is monitoring with those minions. And this is third party facilitating venue Brookdale at 1031 in Euclid Avenue. Alrighty, you see this African-American female communication device in tow. She pulls up. Again, let me remind you of her license plate. While those loud demons cross path, this is concerted activity. And going to what is third-party facilitating venue, Brookdale, a bunch of geezers who are demon-possessed, monitoring, engaged in the state system. License 6ADA 104. All right, and this is a black-faced demon monitoring, targeting another African-American, having nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. That's not what California is doing. That's not what California is going through. This is demonic. This is P.O.C. at 7:52 p.m. 6XGF 142, 7RFL 315, 3NEN 753, 4PZV 843. All right, I want to document the people of the state located at 923 Euclid Avenue in Ontario, engaging in what is molestation on the property. The people of the state engage in such conduct with light. It is facilitation. And the people of the state do live in relevant position at this venue. Again, this is 923 Euclid Avenue in the city of Ontario. Molestation underway, molestation by entity. All right, and 917 Euclid Avenue in the city of Ontario, molestation. The entity is engaging in that molestation while I'm crossing path. Again, this is in reverse while they are stationary inside of that facilitating venue, which is identified as the people of the state who live in that facilitating venue at that said address. you have what is a molestation while I am directly in front of that property. So that, again, that's 923 Euclid Avenue in Ontario, 917 Euclid Avenue in Ontario. I'm approaching what is I Street on Euclid, and it's currently 7:56 p.m. It's P.O.C. 8VYA 383, I believe. This is surely a demon. 9A. See, 8R. I can't really see that one. 4NFK653. 8HQK 888. They all are, but I'm just speaking to the while I witnessed them engage in demonic activity, I'm just testifying to the truth. AGWU 038, 5TYK 016. 8UEW 174, 8ATA 584. Equally effective with regard to documenting the people of the state and holding all minions accountable, as I'm just identifying the people by license plate. It is currently 7:57 p.m. and CA77Y11, that's a paper plate. Alrighty, the people engaging in repeated acts of molestation while they're driving southbound on Euclid Avenue. This demonic activity, the nearest venue of this non-church where I showed you the fake sun as I left Ontario, but not yesterday when I stayed in Ontario. The fake sun went nowhere near this church, but I captured the fake sun over this non-church, the Methodist. This is where they're molesting on the opposite side of the street. License 7BNC 581, 8NCU 561, 8YAE 324, I believe. And it is currently 7:58 p.m. Not only are the vehicles on this side of the street where I'm walking on the sidewalk are going to touch with lights, it's certainly not happening when you are driving on the northbound side of Euclid, 8SRD 698. And this, again, this is the sex offender. This is the conduct of Satan, all right? You are engaging in what is more of that sexual violence. That is, let me be clear, because this is exactly how you're going to prosecute, because this is exactly what the government is doing. While you are molesting or fondling someone that does not give you consent. Well, let's put it in terms where you can understand, because it is no less sexually violent what the government is doing with light in order to place one under surveillance. Touching on my person with a criminal instrument, engineered light. So when someone is fondling or touching your genitalia and then you seek to report that and then they continue to engage in that sexual violence, all right, they engage in it more so. What do you account that as? This is what the demons are doing, okay? And so that's what I'm speaking to. That is relevant to the ways in which they're going to be prosecuted. License 6BFC 979, Communication Device Intel. It is currently 6:59 p.m. And again, not only is it serving for that particular demon who is, you're not even touching me with headlights. This is a demon engaging in touching with light, 7RMC492. But you have what is facilitation, and that's how you can document an address where you're standing while you're being molested by a minion on the opposite side of a freeway, for example. License 5BPL075. BATGPA. Stater Brothers is crossing path. The Stater Brothers is a sex offender also monitoring me when I'm in the bathroom at those venues. They are engaging in a molestation. This is another iteration of sexual violence that Stater Brothers is engaging in. License 79901V1. It is 8 p.m. It is so, the demon possessed are in an entirely pathetic posture. They're literally just playing light tag and following somebody all the way. It's entirely pathetic. But that's what Satan is. Satan is pathetic. License BP73W36 paper. Set 94966U6, I believe. Not just pathetic, but entirely weird. And weird is not a sufficient term, but it's around that sort of nature. All right, 8CSV184. License 38544Y2, I believe. UXX348. It is 8:02 p.m. (8TVY 588, 8ZFY 183, 8UOF. I can't really see that one. License 8NUR 650. License 8RKF 300, 8WDA 120, 7CLP. Can't see the rest of it. 5SHM 352. 8RPG 680. And just like you saw the demons of the Ontario Police and Upland Police last night, their shadows moving while they are remaining stationary. Their bodies are not moving. This is an impossibility as you witness it. You're witnessing the supernatural. That's what is directed light. Okay. This is the impossibility actually occurring before your eyes. When you're looking at and paying attention to what's actually happening, though, the rationalization is that this is obviously light moving, but it's literally an impossibility. It's supernatural, the fact that the shadow is moving and the body is not moving. All right. My body, the shadow of my body is moving across the trees over here while these demons are crossing path. Your shadow is not going to appear at a distance while headlights are driving by you. And also my shadow, I have a shadow that's on the ground right here next to me. So that's P.O.C. 7YEZ 435, 8PIF 593, 7VMA 650, 7XEL 806, 8JUT 173. And these are literally the demon possessed. And all they're doing is, she's at I and Euclid Avenue. Let's go over there and drive it. This is all the entity is doing. This is what surveillance is. That's all they're doing. Maintaining presence. Or just driving by where they know that I'm located. And then I'm showing you, how do you know that they're stalkers? The ongoing demonic environment. And that's also how you know they're all demons. They are demon possessed. License RKD 7138. That's an out of state. It is currently 8:04 p.m. (8ARD 381) at American Inn. At Bank of America, 8AYU 438, 6CRA 478, 8FNW 645. These are demons that literally just go to a nearest venue in order to engage in some sort of business with a venue while they are stalking in the path. All right, you can document the business. You document every single last one of them. 8ARD 529. It's ongoing surveillance. It's currently 8:07 p.m. And this is, again, the Bank of America that's right adjacent to American Inn. And I documented in December 31st, 2021 very heavily. We'll call my documentation. It's currently 8:07 p.m. License 6SBK234, 8CJP824, 7FAV918. Molesting. See, license 8RXT589 and 8XY. I can't really see the rest of that one. (6PZ). I can't see the rest of that one either. But I will get this one. This demon 5YS8291. Blink Fitness. And again, Blink Fitness is within what is a shopping plaza. This entire shopping plaza is a venue, including Blink Fitness, and they're monitoring, and they are being documented engaging in a perpetual sex offense. 7YBZ621. It is currently 8:09 p.m. And with that said, I am at what is G Street in Euclid. 5ACZ272, 7KUD042, 6PAF283. That includes El Pescador, which again, as I document in my YouTube videos with regard to what is an address, this is a knowledge of where I'm at. El Pescador is right across the street. It's on the opposite side of the street of the Blink Fitness and the shopping center. It's off of G Street, where the fake sun was, well, not yesterday because I stayed at Hope Boulevard, did not go more north than B Street, and the state kept the fake sun literally feet away from the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, which is feet away in the direction north. Okay, not going anywhere east or west, which is an impossibility. And then again, as I go to Upland, then all of a sudden it's over the buildings in Upland, California. So anyway, it's currently 8:10 p.m. and the entity is maintaining presence and molesting with light. Get this demon. License W73380, molesting. My shadow is appearing at a distance on this building of the 675 North Euclid. All right, and this is what you saw with our law enforcement. This is demon possession as they demonstrate that. It is a molestation of my person because I'm subject to the surveillance by the demon possessed. Their demon possession is personified through the environment, which is entirely demented. And so this is 615 North Euclid. So on the side of this wall, my shadow was appearing upright at a distance in front of me, away from me, while I also have what is a shadow that's on the ground. And this is what you would expect, a shadow on the ground. Also, but not actually in front of you. All right. But my shadow remains in front, and pay attention to that in my documentation. You could see that I'm being constantly molested with light. But nonetheless, my shadow is also appearing at a distance on that building. So I'm speaking to what are the people of the state as I name. However many license plate is the same entity engaging in an ongoing sex offense. And that is literally a psychopath that's just driving repeatedly around the block, literally following me back to wherever it is that I'm coming from, wherever it is that I go. That's what group stalking is. It's entirely demonic. You're understanding, again, as I'm speaking to the demonic environment, as I'm speaking to what is demon possession, when you're taking a step back and you understand the big picture, this is demonic activity. This is literally Satan that's present in the environment, Satan that's present through people, and this is Satan following everywhere that I go. 6WR4913. License, you are able to put your hands on Satan, able to prosecute Satan through demons, the demon possessed, such as this criminal 7AUD928. All right, Satan is not invisible, where you have third parties that have that spirit of Satan, and that spirit that is on that third party is relevant because they're engaging in terrorism. That terrorism is rooted and inspired by, it's based upon their demented state, their demented condition. This is terrorism by that demon possessed entity. All right, license 7ZKV204, 8YSX170, 28609H3. And so, like I'm stating, you have what is literally Satan that's following me everywhere that I go, everywhere, including into the bathroom. Okay, you're talking about what is an obsessive and unprecedented, unheard of, unfathomable level of stalking. And Satan is no longer hidden. Satan is shown. All right. Satan is also very real with regard to you. OK, whoever you are, you need to understand that demonic activity is very much real all around. Whether you acknowledge that or not, it's not based on whether you acknowledge the spiritual realm or not. It just is. And so you are seeing that through what, again, the scientific impossibilities. So you can disregard the spiritual, but you cannot disregard what you want to claim as that which is objective. You're looking at the light source over my head that's clearly not the sun. That is your evidence. All right, and it is an impossibility, but that impossibility with regard to also, you're seeing the same impossibility, your body remaining stationary, but yet the shadow, which is, again, a shadow is going to do the same thing that your body is doing, but this is not the case when the shadow is moving and you remain still. This is speaking to what is directed light. Headlights that are being aimed on you, coming towards you, your shadow is not going to move. If you need to do a test on it, go ahead. This is common sense. Say you're standing in front of headlights and the vehicle is driving towards you, your shadow is not going to move because your body's not moving. As the vehicle drives by you, your shadow is not moving away from you. Okay? This is directed light. This is a demonic environment. It's a method of light activity. The demonic are engaging in all-going methods, all manner of what is creating ongoing dynamic light all over the place, all times. All right. And so as you pay attention to this obsessive endeavor with this light activity, you're looking at how it is entirely just asinine. I mean, it's obvious. OK. And this conduct is also speaking to what is a demented mind state. All right. And that's entirely terrorizing with regard to what is a government of this condition, to what are a people who are unnecessarily consumed with you of this condition. That's terrorism. 8BGM 682, 8GCS 012. And it is currently, by the way, 8:15 p.m. 8NIM 772, 6S. I'll get that in a second. Hold on. 6EIU 677, 8MZU 119. 8R, you can't really see that one. Press that one. This is license plate 6SBK234 at Wells Fargo. Group stalking. License 7FBP850. Demons lined up, keeping light in the path. And you've also seen these demons at work, seen them in motion, in operation. During the day, fake sun, directed light, the whole demonic show. They're doing it at nightfall, 08715H3. That's amplified audible activity with which they're monitoring. And I have 2 shadows. This is P.O.C. All right, license 8YBS722. And this is the Wells Fargo again, the Wells Fargo that's on Euclid Avenue and C Street. 7ZTS159. License 5FWA416. This is a minion, a Latina, heavy upper body, chicken legs, and she has a like a number 28 on a jersey, and she's wearing a skirt that she should be wearing. But anyway, she's on surveillance cameras of Wells Fargo while she's stalking. She's documenting herself on those cameras, engaging in business with a vendor, with a venue, while engaging in state surveillance. License 8CJP824. It's 8:22 p.m. I'm walking on the grounds of the Ontario Town Square townhomes, which is also going to be captured on surveillance cameras. It's currently 8:25 p.m. License 8HJB345. 5R. Can't really see that one. 8SHK025. It's 8:26 p.m. 15210Y2. U13366. Six UYV306. Seven YMJ260. Eight SXE749. 8C79925. 6VPY149, 85085G2, 6WM, I can't really see the rest of that one. That was Omnitrans, Route 83, going northbound at 8:27 p.m., monitoring with the rest of the minions. License 4NGE860. 8YAH095, I believe. I can't really see that one very clearly. It's 8:28 p.m. 8TBX560252FLG, I believe. That's Oregon. 5MHT796. Let's see. 8TSY466. 8VJ. 8YVJ994 or 8VJY994, I believe. I can't really see it though, so you can scratch that one. T-Mobile is in relevant position. They're monitoring. T-Mobile at 101 North Euclid Avenue. 6JTL050. 8VUB625. Excuse me. 8VZD839. Metro 102 is monitoring, just like you heard this morning under the fake sun, playing loud music. A minion on the side of that property using their hazard lights, and that is in perfect alignment with where I'm standing getting license plates. All right, this demon 8VZD839 is monitoring, and she might as well be the one using their hazards. She's going to be prosecuted for that terrorism. This is an entity engaging in surveillance. License 6BZ773, substantially similar. License 7UDA240. License 6EFD120. License, I can't really see that one. And so while you have also this demon that's in perfect alignment with where I am at the crosswalk using hazard lights, this is stalking in the path, just like they were on Bonnie Brayson in the middle of the streets with their headlights toward me. You have what is our demons positioning at the intersection, standing at the corner where REA money transfer is, 7GEN 400, I believe. You have a minion standing at the other crosswalk on the same side of the sidewalk where this minion is at Metro 102 in alignment, stalking in the path. This is surrounding, in other words, what I'm describing. Minions on foot at the crosswalk surrounding the perimeter of where I'm standing, and minions that are patrolling the license plates that I'm reading. License 7GML950, 7ZAJ236, 6YTE 737, 8ULD996, 8R11222, 7SQJ111. (7WVC590). These demons are so pathetic. This is a large, broad street. The demon that's walking in the crosswalk, this is indeed a demon, and this is nothing but stalking, and their shadow is reaching all the way across this large highway. 7SQJ111, that is not caused by headlights, and that's not light activity from ordinary headlights. And you've seen this before, the large brick wall, the appearance of vehicles. And this is what I mean by goofy looking demons. I mean, this is monitoring. 8UPD 765 5. Let me get that one. 8JYF 202. You can scratch the other one. 8HQP 947. 5WK. I can't really see the rest of them. 5C TK 464. It's just stupid. It's straight up stupid, the light activity. It's just so dumb. So dumb. License 6JDK341, 5WPD699, 8WJJ558, 8YHS804. (6HFT765), 6FTD083, 7. I can't really see that one. (7W79282). 57836D3. It's 8:33 p.m. 8 or I can't see that one. You just got that one. License 6LNN291, 8XBG684, 8MSX. I can't see the rest of them. I can't see that one either. All right, you have a demon group stalking at 150 East Holt Boulevard, the county building, in relevant position, doing exactly what they're doing at Metro 102, using their hazards, stalking in the path, being stationary. These other demons are doing what's called patrolling. 8V, I can't really see that one. And doing the same thing at Wells Fargo, surrounding the perimeter. That's what demons do. This is surveillance conduct. 8NRU 890, 8YKG433. Oh, go ahead. 7DTU 639, 8ZGV 096. 5YLW, I can't see that one. 4FSA, I can't see that one. I think I could. All right, that demon loitering at 150, just now pulling off at 8:35 p.m. That's relevant to what is terrorism. They're all being, the ones I'm naming, they're being prosecuted together for that. 5FBV827, 5267383. 92783X1, license 8LJY334. And that demon proceeds to drive east on Holt Boulevard on traffic cameras at Plum and Holt. It's 8:36 p.m. They're monitoring with the entity that's hovering over the Ontario Museum of History and Arts right here. I'm being molested with directed light. This is P.O.C. I've heavily documented the demons at this intersection. This is a well-documented location. 7SMU515. You've already seen the directed light on the brick wall. You've seen the multiple shadows on the sidewalk. You have seen the stalking by helicopter, hovering over by aircrafts. You have seen every iteration of the P.O.C. actually. You've seen it all. I've already published it, and that's exactly what's ongoing. I'm just reading, identifying the demon-possessed population. License 8NKF328. 8WJZ798, 8YWD, 8YOW120, 1706083, 7HXB, I can't say that one, 6516183. Seven SYR64, 5SGR977, 8WED015, 8CFW392. And it is 8:37 p.m. Alrighty, let's read some license plates at the love to be engaged in state surveillance and demons of Metro 102, the demons of Metro 102 apartments. That is 102 North Lemon in the city of Ontario, 6EEF870, 8CIH080, 8WKJ033. License 6LYN840, 8NUB458, 5 U.S.C 303. License plate on this. There we go, F023PO. Seven AAV 726. Eight TWV 632. 5 BHU 306. 8XHY919, JMR 4019, that's Iowa plate. ROB3KKD, 7RAV045, 6PXA523. I don't think I saw this license plate over here. engaging in criminal conduct with this demon stalking on the opposite side of the street is license plate JWHG51, that's Florida, and 8JSV33L, in case I didn't get that one, including Union Pacific. They're engaging in criminal conduct together. It is 8:40 p.m. Union Pacific is providing amplified audible activity and doing so while I am being molested with directed light. That's how you are speaking to the deliberate conduct, and it is also that which you are not ordinarily going to hear at that volume at all. First of all, you're not going to hear it because Amtrak doesn't run a passenger train. Union Pacific is using it literally for the engagement in ceaseless terrorism. Literally. It is currently 8:40 p.m. Metro 102 is monitoring to that activity creation. And I just documented some of those minions at that property. Rightfully so. License 4MCS072. 8VJT083. License 8TIW326, monitoring with Union Pacific and molesting on behalf of Union Pacific to be prosecuted as a sex offender as well. It is 8:41 p.m. And I want to be clear, this is what the entity is amplifying while inside of the vehicle that is ordinarily that I would sleep in front of 630 North Fern, which is also impossible audible activity. And you will never hear the train on the actual tracks. This is what is amplification. It's demonic, and so you're understanding what is demonic activity. You're paying attention to the environment, and you're looking at what is actually impossible as it is literally occurring, but you're not ever going to hear, you can't hear the train on the tracks. That's the literally stupid audible activity, just like the stupid light activity. All right, it's currently 8:42 p.m. You got demons inside of the garages at Metro 102, so let's get 7WGR246. Group stalking, monitoring the Union Pacific. There's a reason why they engage in this stupid light activity and the stupid audible activity, okay? It's called facilitation. It's 8:42 p.m. Eight NNP 668, 7LHW 717, and license 8SIV 749. You're also going to pay attention. Not only is it stupid, it's stupid with regard to the amplification. You can't hear the train running on the tracks, but you have you hear the incessant sound of the train. Ordinarily, it's not. Trains do not engage in that conduct. With regard to what I mean by trains not engaging in that conduct, it's an incessant, exaggerated use of a repeated sound of the train sounding. All right, everything about it, it's stupid because you're talking about you cannot hear the train. Literally, it's as though you can hear the train rumbling on the tracks on the ground. No, you cannot. All right, that's ridiculous. And second of all, it is amplified throughout the city of Ontario because there's a train track in Ontario. The entity has engaged in sounding inside of apartment 51, Woodside Senior Apartments, impossible audible activity. All right, it's impossible to hear it inside of the vehicle that's parked on Fern Avenue and G Street, as impossible as that fake sun that will remain over me at that intersection. License 7G73845. And let me get these minions real quick before I pass. 8WPD781. 6DVW588. These are all sex offenders, and understand how Union Pacific is a sex offender as well. 8SHU063. That's exactly how this terrorism, this demonic activity, the people of the state engaging in that pattern of conduct, while the entity is touching, the entity is engaging in audible activity creation, and the entity is stalking, the entity is going to be prosecuted as that sex offender. 6SBD037. It is 8:44 p.m. All right, you have the entity that is stalking, first of all. So this is how you're getting to what is that prosecution. The entity is stalking, and so you're talking about what is also not ignorance of my presence as I'm walking in the street. But I want to be clear, they're also stalking. So on two folds, you're not ignorant of my presence. You are literally present because you're engaging in surveillance, and that pattern of conduct is established. You have what is the entity, license 8NND 8NND 962, engaging in what is accelerating in my direction while I am crossing the street, while you are a stalker, and while you are also looking at me walking in the street. You're not looking the opposite direction while you're accelerating. You are looking straight ahead, and you are engaging in what is a show of hostility while you're stalking on behalf of the government, 6YFX 405. And again, I want to be clear, this is the entity engaging in that pattern of conduct while you're monitoring on behalf of the government. This is speaking to what is the prosecution, and not only that prosecution, but with regard to the ways in which you are prosecuting, because of the knowledge that they have and the criminal activity that they're engaging in. This isn't just a third party that's, excuse me, the term third party has a definition. This isn't just an individual that's engaging in what is assault with a deadly weapon. This is the government that's represented by this demon-possessed third party who is engaging in accelerating in my direction while intentionally maintaining purpose on behalf of that government. You are stalking, and then you are engaging in accelerating. You're talking about what is all manner of an intent to threaten, all right? So I just want to document that. And the minion that I'm documenting inside of the Andy's Burgers drive-thru, they're monitoring together, they're threatening together, they're molesting together. And guess who's going to prosecute for that as well? Union Pacific, okay? It is, excuse me, not license plate. It is an entity that goes down together. They molest together, they kidnap together, they stalk together, all right? This is the entity engaging in what is federal stalking as one. That is the nature of conduct on behalf of an entity. And that is also fundamental to understanding what is demonic activity. All right, these are not separate individuals. These are third parties, and you are seeing that through the pattern of conduct. They are not separate and distinct. They are familiar. They are linked by the same condition. This is demon possession, and that is speaking to what is familiarity, a familiarity that you are otherwise ignorant of because you cannot discern demon possession physically. All right, and so you're talking about what is the pattern of conduct that's revealing all of the above. And that is also relevant to what is the pattern of conduct on behalf of the state. All right, so anyway, it's currently 8:47 p.m. This is P.O.C. at S.I.I.S Liquor. This freak weirdo pulls up while inexplicable flashing light appears on the side of the parking lot. There's nothing over there. All right, so I just want to be clear. This is 5ZVL664. This happens very often indoors as well. You have demons that are stalking, for example, inside of study rooms while I'm inside of the library, and you'll have them manifesting light. They don't have a lighter in their hand. They're not holding a firecracker. This is the demonic, and so I just want to document that. This is what is occurring while I'm outside in the parking lot in front of S.I.I.S Liquor. 8RIH747 is molesting, but specifically while this demon pulls up 5ZVL664 at S.I.I.S Liquor, he is stalking, and he's on surveillance cameras inside of that venue stalking. You can buy whatever you want while you're stalking. That's exactly what they're doing, and while doing so, and this is terrorism because this is the conduct of the demon possessed. While they are engaging and monitoring you with the government, inexplicable flashing light occurring on, there's not even anything over there. Another minion is walking out to their car, but it's not their car alarm. It's just like a flashing of light. This is the demonic activity that the people of the state engage in. All right. And so, like I said, there are very much about the pattern of conduct about the people of the state who are demon possessed, which is their conduct is inexplicable because it is supernatural. You are dealing with Satan. And so a lot of this is stuff that you are not even, myself, talking about where do you even start with that until you understand what is the P.O.C. in the first place. And let me be clear, that is by design when you are conjuring up a wicked and malicious system that is designed to be disbelieved. All right. But like I said, the pattern of conduct is established. The demon possessed engaged in many methods of terrorism. This is terrorism while they engage in their freak-like conduct with light, manifesting light when they're sitting in rooms next to me because they're hostile to what they're watching me publish on the internet. The people of the state do this all the time. And so this is the type of stuff that I will address. This is what this third party did now. And I'm only going through it because it's not the first time that this has happened. This is a pattern, and these are the methods of terrorism. It's terrorism while you engage in weird conduct. That is the type of stuff that's designed to try to scare somebody, try to freak somebody out. And it is also that which is designed to do that. And you're talking about when the entity is doing, you're talking about but for documentation, but for the ability to prosecute. All right. But for that resolution, you are talking about who is going to believe it. You don't have anyone's going to believe it. The government itself is monitoring you. The government itself seeks to defame you if you want to report something like that. You are clearly making it up, right? This is the claims of what are the entity that is literally engaging and inflicting that sort of systematic harm while stalking and monitoring you. All right, so anyway, it's currently 8:50 p.m. at Shy-Rose Liquor. Let me get this minion. License OZIEJR in front of Shy-Rose Liquor at 8:51 p.m. All right, license OZIEJR. They're stalking in the path at Shy-Rose Liquor with OPD, who are stalking at in relevant position to the Shy-Rose Liquor inside, that I'm inside of, walking out right now. You saw the exact same thing. What I'm describing is the exact same thing they did while the fake sun is hovering over the edge of Wendy's on Hope Boulevard, where the state kept the fake sun in Ontario, literally on the same street yesterday, and engaged in a grand departure and just remained over me in the morning as I went to Upland, California. That's exactly what happened, and that's an ongoing impossibility to ever remain on a street in one city all day long anyway. But you're looking at what is stalking with lights, demonic. As I walk out of Wendy's, as I documented, the fake sun is hovering over the edge of the Wendy's, and I captured the Ontario police who are stalking in the path, monitoring. All right, they are present in the path. That's what monitoring with communication devices are about. And these African Americans monitoring with law enforcement, they're black-faced demons. License OZIEJR. Monitoring and targeting with law enforcement. Another African American having nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. It's demonic activity. And this criminal conduct is directly attributed to demon possession. All right, demon possession of law enforcement, demon possession of the people of the state who are engaging in direct and vicarious conduct with regard to monitoring on behalf of that public entity. It's currently 8:54 p.m. This is Shy-Rose Liquor inside of the B&G Plaza. This is P.O.C. Stalking with the state via helicopter. 6DEE243 8RT1. I can't really see that one. But let me get this minion. They're coming down Plum. 8UTR381. The entity is flying over by helicopter, and they're stalking in the path with directed light. This is Andy's Burgers. Is where I'm at. 8TJA450. So what these demons are doing, they're already stalking in the parking lot. They drive out, which is crossing paths with light, as the entity is flying over by helicopter. Okay, they are then patrolling out. This is ritualistic stalking. This is the demonic conduct. License 8HQT005. Center Ice Skating Arena is monitoring and relevant position as well. It's 8:56 p.m. 6PUG111, molesting. Center Ice Arena, those demons sitting in that parking lot, patrolling around, and you have what is impossible light touching me while I'm walking on what is transit. 62804C3 is a minion monitoring at an AA meeting. They're demon possessed and they're sex offending while they're sitting up in that AA meeting, not getting very much help. License 8AMN134. They need to start with that demon possession issue. They're monitoring while the state flies over me by helicopter. 7LUX714, 8UWZ629. (49829883). And they're all sex offenders. That's why I'm being touched while I'm on an entirely different street. You got the minions at Center Ice Arena driving around in circles in that parking lot, moving all around. That's patrolling in light while they're reaching over and touching me. That's demonic activity. All right, it's currently 8:59 p.m. This demonic activity is translating into what is sexual violence by this demon-possessed entity that's placing one under surveillance who's documenting it and prosecuting. It's currently 8:59 p.m.